I knew there was more to this Eric the Midget, Johnny Fratto phone call. The boys are mining it now and taking little
they're
clips.
Finding good stuff?
Yeah, oh, it's really good.
Yeah, Johnny described it as like, similar to the Mel Gibson tapes.
Wow, it's just funny to hear. It's just so weird. Eric carries on like he's Tom Cruise.
Uh-huh.
And he's carrying on mostly that these dates that Fringe wanted him. He got a little acting role on Fringe. And he's, this is all this kid wants. He wants to go. He wants to go.
Can you get me on?
So he finally got some acting work. It was like 9 days away. And Eric's major problem seems to be that it's too close. In other words,
how many months out does he need his schedule?
And someone said to me he's just being a pussy anyway because he's insisting on driving to this set in Canada, but he could go on a plane. He says, I have the same condition as Eric, and I have oxygen tanks and stuff. And he goes, you just bring one on the... Here, wait, I'll read it to you. Hey, JD.
I'll just say the main point of the argument is, or the disagreement is, Eric and Jan feel...
Jan being Eric's traveling companion.
They need a passport, okay, to get over there. And Johnny's saying, the film company is letting... they're able to get it done faster to get you over there. But the way that they can do it, like... Eric and Jan are nervous about, like someone's going to steal their identity or something weird.
Yeah.
So so they want to do it, in a certain amount of time. Oh.
Yeah, they have all kinds of issues, and poor Johnny's like, guys.
What are they living in, like this paranoid little world that they created, and Johnny is disturbing them by saying that things can be done a different way?
Yeah, and Johnny, they act like Johnny needs them. It's weird. They're into this whole thing where, Johnny, you just screwed up. You just screwed yourself because, now we can't.
They're going to leave you.
We can't even travel now to see you, and, we're not going to be available to work for you. But Eric got out to the bunny ranch on the drop of a dime. It depends on what it is. It's weird. You got to listen to this. It's the greatest thing ever because Eric carries on like he is perhaps the largest or biggest star in the United States. Yeah. It doesn't even matter where I pick up from. You know what I mean?
It's all good.
It's all good.
I mean, don't you see this as some way to have fun? I don't see the fun.
You know what, Eric? I'm done with it. Call your dad tonight. He has a passport already, so all he has to worry about is yours. And go with your dad. Because I don't want anything to deal with it if he has.
What's he saying? He's saying he doesn't want to be a part of this anymore. I have to get my dad to go with me now.
And just let him know, nothing more in L.A. with him because I'm not taking.
Hey, you just screwed yourself of having me come down there anymore because Jan.
Can I ask you a question? How did I screw myself?
Hold on. You're acting towards Jan. John,
how did I screw here? Tell Jan. I know a few people. Hold on. I know a few people that are more important than you and Jan. Okay? I don't make anything off of you and Jan. You and Jan make money off of me. I don't make any money off of you. And you guys cost me money, and you're too much fucking trouble. What the fuck are you talking about? You're the motherfucker that told me last week, get me work. Help me. I need a good agent. Remember? And tell him to shut the fuck up. He's a fucking retard. You know what? Because he's fucking you out of a good, nice future.
You're not letting me explain.
Go ahead.
Because you keep accusing him of being the stoppage towards this whole thing.
I'm not accusing him. I'm saying he's making it hard by putting it in your head that you can't get a passport. And he has been doing that. And he's manipulating you. Okay? Whether you believe it or whether you don't, it's true. He's manipulating you. You can get a passport within 24 hours. Having a passport is not the issue. The issue is, do you want to do Fringe or don't you want to do Fringe? Yes or no? That's it. That's the whole issue.
At this point, no.
Wow.
Are you sure?
100% fucking.
Good Lord.
Okay. I'm going to call the woman right now. So.
Why is this guy always saying he wants acting work and all he wants is an acting job?
But isn't it everything? Every time he says he wants something, then you get it for him. Then he has conditions on whether he'll take it.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
Amazing stuff. And why poor Johnny?
Why is Johnny trying so hard?
I don't get
What does he care?
He cares about Eric. He's in the same situation as you.
Yeah.
You know, everybody else would have dropped Eric 100 years ago.
Yeah.
You have this soft spot for him, and you put up with all of his BS, and so does Johnny.
Well, I have a reason for putting up with it. It's good radio.
But
What's Johnny's reason?
Johnny has this, I don't know, maybe this is his way of redemption or something. I'll put up with Eric for all the other stuff I do.
I'll get back to you and let you know what happened. But I'm sure you're going to hear about this. So I'd be prepared for a whole lot of shit. Because this is going to start a shit storm. And I think you know that.
Right.
Well, you better be Eric the doctor or Eric the nurse or something else new. Because it definitely, absolutely is a proof that you are not an actor. Actors do everything. They get in the part. They get in the. You know what I mean? So
at this point, I don't want to be an actor anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me call this lady before she leaves so I can stop her in case she tries to make some plans. So I'll get back to you.
I'll do it.
You'll do it?
Yes.
What about Jan?
Can you please do it? Because I don't want to do it with Dad. And I don't want to hear Stern and them on my...
That's what they're trying to get it done anyway by doing it so short a time. And I'll do it if it goes, we go to that place. I'm not doing it over no website.
You can go to the place. Tell him he doesn't even have to go anywhere. The guy will come and do it.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
About the passport.
Oh, God.
They don't want to do it over the web. Jan sounds like he's the one with the busy schedule.
Jan's out of his mind.
No, he doesn't want to put up with that bullshit.
No, I mean, even the way his attitude, what's he so upset about?
Really?
I don't know.
Somebody said, go get a passport. Ah!
Jeez.
Maybe he's been through the mill with this Eric.
He had a bad incident with the internet.
Well, yeah, maybe he's had just a bad experience with all of Eric's shenanigans.
I don't know, because he seems to not have a problem with Eric. He has a problem with the rest of the world.
He might be the only sane one in the group.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
The only thing I've
Johnny
heard
and
is
Eric
these
might be
little-
crazy.
Little two snippets we've heard of him. He just seems shot out of a cannon.
Maybe he's the guy, the voice of reason, who goes, I know this is all horse shit. Eric ain't no actor.
I think
And what are you
something.
fucking
Maybe
guys?
he's saying, yeah.
I got a guy in my hands. I got to sit there and hook him up
2
to
lines.
oxygen tanks. What are you guys carrying
For
on?
2 lines, I've got to carry him
Right.
to Toronto
See?
with oxygen.
He's the normal one. He should be yelling.
He
You'd be
knows
yelling
this is
too.
trouble.
What are you talking about? He ain't Make-A-Wish Foundation.
And why is Eric, I don't understand what's so problematic about Eric traveling with his dad.
Oh, because his dad knows this is whole horse shit too. I mean, Jan knows it, and his dad knows it. It's Johnny and Eric that don't know
They're
it.
delusional.
They're the ones who are chasing the dream. It's the greatest soap opera ever.
And they're going to up your money now. They're going to up your money, and they're going to give Jan a role. They're going to give him a role.
Johnny, Jan and I don't care if they give our entire families roles. This date is not going to fucking work. Period.
But why? I mean, this is something you want.
Too soon. There is not enough time.
Eric, they're look at here.
I'm out of it. I'm done with it. Johnny, I'm done with it. I don't give a
But hold
shit.
on, listen to
Tell
me.
them no.
Let's say
Tell
they go through
no.
All right, hold on. Let's say they go through the motions to do all this, okay? Let's say they go through the motions. And they can't
Tell
get
them
it
if they-
done. They
if
still
they
have to
can't-
pay you. You realize that, right?
If they
If they
can't do
can't
it
get
my
it-
way, there's no way.
But what is your
Period.
way?
My way is I'll get.
Is he not more difficult than Lindsay Lohan? I mean, like he's a handful. Imagine when he gets on the set.
Tom Cruise Rose doesn't make
That's what I'm saying.
this kind of trouble.
Worst he does is tell people to shut up during a scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's there. He's on time. Happy to be on the set.
Some guy wrote me a note. He said, hey, guys, that unlikable cunt Eric can fly on a plane with oxygen. I'm a rep for a home care company and deal with people traveling with oxygen all the time. He can use a battery-powered portable oxygen concentrator. Guaranteed the oxygen company that painfully must deal with Eric has them bottom line. He's a scared little bitch. This guy claims.
There's no problem.
Yeah, but who knows if Eric has access to that. I don't know what's going on, but it's the funniest negotiation ever.
Because you'd think that something major
Was going down.
This was his TV show.
Right.
And he's saying he was not going to show up.
This is a guy, you would swear this was a guy who's done 10 to 20 films. They've all been major hits. And now the film work has dried up a little bit. Now they're giving him his own TV series, and he's not sure he wants to go to television from film. That's what you would think was going on here.
That you got a major star on your hands.
Around August the 20th or whatever the hell date that was.
You would think this guy had a full calendar like Chris
he
Rock.
made somebody some money.
Yeah, right. And now everyone's fighting over him.
Earlier when I talked to you, that's the way.
This is a big production company. They're not going to send some goofball who's going to steal your identities out to do this. They're going to send somebody that's very normal.
Imagine you're an identity thief and you steal Eric's identity, and now you're in the hole about, I don't know, 50 grand.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you get his bills.
He's like a grumpy, shrimpy Gene Hackman without the talent.
You know, I mean, don't you guys are missing a huge opportunity. This is a big opportunity. They really want you. I mean, God, it should make you feel good that they really want you this badly, that they would go out of their way to get you. I mean, they must really want you badly.
If they want me that damn badly, they will play it my way or no way.
Man.
You know what? And ultimately, he does want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Because the moment it seems to be going away, he's like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the only sane one in that group is that kid Jan. He knows it's all horseshit, and he's got to have to deal with Eric and moving him.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
Yeah,
Four lines.
He's the one who's going to do all the work. He's the guy who should be getting paid, not Eric.
He's getting a role.
He deserves a series for that job. Trust me. Let's go to CWB.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey.
He has to travel with an oxygen tank. What's this guy traveling with? An iron lung?
Well, he's got real medical problems, Eric.
Holy shit. But I used to be an Eric the Midget hater, but yesterday he has proven his acting chops.
Yeah,
I've got to admit, yes.
You got to love his saga.
Well, even the fact that he says he no longer wants to be an actor, I'm like, what happened to him?
I don't know.
I still think he should do like a remake of one of those movies like he was trying to get him to do before, except he could do like I don't know, what was that Blue Velvet. He
finally I don't know where that guy was going with that, but he finally got some acting work, and like so many people, their dream finally comes true, and then they back out.
Right.
Can I relate? I mean, my first radio job, I got the job, and I backed out.
Yeah, the offer of a first radio job, I tried to turn it down.
Yep. See, we can all relate to Eric. Oh, this is the greatest. Yeah, Steve, you're on the air. A couple of people want to comment on this.
Yeah, this is John. I don't know much about him, but let's say he's been living with Eric. I think he knew him in high school. Think about how dark this kid's life is, having to
He's the star.
Every need, and how many times has Eric said thank you to him or done anything?
Well, you're absolutely right. The guy who you really got to follow,
the unsung hero,
the guy who's freaking out in the back is Jan, because he actually has to really work. He ain't going to be acting. He's got to sit there and move Eric, who is a big pain in the ass. He's got tons of medical problems. He's got to go do all this shit and get the passports and do everything.
Wait a minute. Johnny makes a point.
Right.
When he says, Don't you see this as fun? Most of the time, you're sitting in that house.
Yeah, well, yes.
Even Jan is sitting in that house with Eric. Isn't this is like that day at the amusement park. Isn't this is a
no
fun
There's no,
thing.
not for
it's
Jan.
Once I was in the hospital and I had this kid who was paralyzed from the neck down.
Right.
And Jan is right. I told the other people, no, I don't have to do the work.
Right.
I'm the Johnny Ferraro.
Right. Well, here's my
in
point.
the situation. And I said, we're going to take Andy outside.
Yeah.
That meant packing up a ventilator.
Right. That's what I'm telling you.
Getting a hospital bed.
It ain't fun for Jan. I mean, like I have kids. You decide to do something fun, like go to Disney.
Yeah.
You come back, you want to hang yourself. I mean, it ain't fun for Jan. For Eric, it'll be fun.
Now I'm seeing Jan's point of view.
I see this as Jan's the sane one,
It's not
and
fun.
Johnny and Eric are insane. It's great.
Jan can only hope that Ferraro's connected to end his fucking misery.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, Steve, thank you.
That's why he's giving all that lip.
Let's go to Dino. Dino wants to weigh in. Go ahead, Dino.
Good morning, Howard.
Morning.
This midget is the most annoying midget I've ever heard in my fucking life. He's fucking bipolar, and no one should fucking hire this guy.
Well, all I know is Gary's been listening to the tapes. I think he pulled a couple of clips, too. So there's more of the drama coming up.
Lovely.
Yeah, so if you're a fan.
Poor Johnny, though I do feel for him. Hours and hours. Now, he's not only talking to them, he's talking to the people from Fringe.
Well, I'll tell you what. Eric's the insane one. Jan is completely sane and knows what work this is going to be. And Johnny knows how funny all of this is. So he's,
he's running back and forth trying to keep this alive.
And taping it, yeah.
But he's dealing with, a sane production company on one end.
Right.
And Eric on the other.
Yeah. I mean, he's actually really talking to a production company. It's the greatest. If this thing gets shot, it'll be a miracle.
You still don't think it's going to come off?
I'm 50-50. Yeah, Mike.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey Howard, you got that little sawed-off motherfucker on the phone?
No, he's not on now.
That little son of a bitch, man. I'll tell you what, he's the most ungrateful little motherfucker I've ever heard. All this shit that Johnny's trying to do, and he keeps spitting in his face.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is just hysterical. You don't even know where.
It's absurd from so many different angles.
Yeah.
That even somebody's offered Eric a role is ridiculous.
Hey, Jeff the Drunk, you'd kill for a role on Fringe, right?
Well, you changed my name to Jeff the Actor. What the fuck's wrong with Eric? He's a fucking asshole.
Now that Jeff the Drunk is on the phone, it's reminding me of the fact that tomorrow's show, which I can't wait for, is we're going to find out the IQ test results.
Yes.
And Benji slipped me a note yesterday. He said to me, he wrote me on the email. He said, wouldn't it be interesting today to find out what was the lowest score, not the person, but what is the lowest score and what is the highest score?
Ooh.
So I have that in my hand. And it's very interesting.
You do have the lowest and the highest in your hand.
I do. And it's very interesting because I was going over...
what are the actual... I heard them saying something about the actual levels or scores and where you fall if you wind up with that score yesterday on the wrap-up show.
Okay, let me give it to you this way. Let's say you get under a 20.
Oh, you mean people can score that low?
Yeah, that's a profound mental retardation. I mean, you're basically...
Like you can hardly get into the room.
You're basically a vegetable, you know?
Yeah, you can't even move.
Right. 20 to 35 is severe mental retardation. 35 to 50 is moderate mental retardation. 50 to 70 is mild mental retardation.
Now, what can you do with mild mental retardation? Is that like... Or are you saying that's like Wendy and...
Gary.
Probably Gary.
Gary the retard. And again, we didn't test Gary, but we tested Wendy.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, I'm assuming the lowest number is going to be Wendy, but you never know. High Pitch Eric could surprise us. But High Pitch Eric went to high school.
Eric is not Wendy.
I know. But, he went to high school and graduated, even though he was in the slow class.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that much these days.
But anyway, here's the spread, okay? The lowest score...
Of the people we tested.
Right, and that would be Jeff the Drunk, High Pitch Eric, Wendy the Retard, Gary Delabate, Jason Kaplan, Scott DePace, Ralph, and who am I leaving out? Anybody?
You said Jason.
Yeah.
JD.
Richard and Sal, and JD, right. So the lowest score is a 61,
Which would
be mild retardation.
And you got to figure that's Wendy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I've got a 61.
Who?
Ralph.
Lowest is 61.
Uh-huh.
Now,
that's mild retardation.
Let me explain to you the high number. The average or normal intelligence for the average American,
the
average human being,
of people,
is a 90 to 109.
Okay.
Superior intelligence would be anywhere from 110 to 119. Now, I said to Gary this morning before I looked at this number, I said I would guess that most of the guys, excluding High Pitch Eric, maybe Jeff the Drunk, and maybe Sal, are going to be somewhere between 110 and 119.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll be of a little above average.
Okay,
I believe. Now, the next number, 120 to 140, is very superior intelligence. I said maybe there's one guy, but who knows? Maybe there's not even anyone breaking 119.
Okay.
That was my prediction.
Uh-huh.
So here you go. Highest score. Okay, now 120 to 140 is very superior intelligence. Anything over 140 is genius.
Right.
Do you think anyone in the group is a genius?
Let me see. That group, it's possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
The highest score is 122.
Really?
Which is very superior intelligence, not genius.
Not genius.
But very superior intelligence.
Okay, the highest score. But we don't know.
I'm not telling you
if
who.
More than one person scored
I'm not telling you
in that level. You just got the highest and the lowest.
That's right. It could have even been someone tied. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could have had two. You could have had a 122 and a 121 or whatever.
Or you could have had two people get 122.
Right.
Right. So the highest is 122. The lowest is 61.
There was a lot of things you could have told us. You could have told us if there were ties. You could have told us. Well, this
John
is fun.
Hine.
This is very intriguing.
John Hine came up with a point spread, which is kind of interesting, and I told him he was off on one of them. For example, let's say you had a bet. Richard's intelligence versus Jeff the Drunk's intelligence, and I'm going to spot you 10 IQ points for Jeff the Drunk. I'll give you Jeff with 10 points.
So
versus Richard.
In other words, if somebody had a 109 and somebody had a 101.
I'll make it simple for you.
If you took Jeff with the points, you could win.
It would be a tie.
No, 101.
Oh, you went to 101.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be 110. Yes, you would win with Jeff.
All right.
Would you?
It's like basketball. You get the point spread.
You get the point spread. It's like, John, what is the Wendy the retard spread, that one you gave me, and I told you how to make it much higher?
Yeah, you got to give Wendy about 30.
Yeah, in other words, okay, here, I'll give you one. All right. High Pitch Eric versus Wendy, but I'll give you Wendy with 25 IQ points. A 25-point spread. Now, think about it.
All right, so if you're going...
take that.
If you're saying...
Now, you know that 61 is the lowest IQ.
Right. So that would mean 65. So say you're saying, in your mind, you're saying Wendy's the lowest, because you're just going with the...
What's 61 plus 25?
86.
86. Do you think... I'm giving Wendy 25 points.
That's a great bet.
Yes.
Do you think Eric can win?
Still,
in other words,
Wendy with the points.
Will Eric have higher than 86 IQ? And
you're
let me
right
remind
there.
you,
I think you're right there.
That's right. So that would be dullness. 80 to 89 is called dullness.
He's very dull.
He's dull.
He's dull.
He's dopey.
Right.
Like a butter knife.
So there's the big betting.
Right.
All right, I'll give you one.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to give you one. I'm going to give you...
What was the one you had, John?
I originally had Eric at 6.5 over Wendy.
Yeah,
and you said it's way too low.
I said you got to go 25 points in order to get people to bet.
Right, because nobody's taking Wendy at 6.
Would you take... okay, I'll tell you what. If I gave you Wendy plus 35 IQ points against Sal, who would you take?
So that's
I'm
96.
not taking that
96.
bet. I'm taking...
And 96 is average or normal intelligence.
Yikes.
I'll give you 35 points on Wendy over Sal.
You know what
Would
that reminds me
See, that's still not a great bet because, Sal could be still above that and still be average.
Well, go figure it out.
Right.
So what would you take?
How
Would you
average
take
is Sal?
Would you take Sal or would you take Wendy? I think it's a great bet.
It is a great
I'm
bet.
thinking in that case, I might take Wendy.
That's right.
Howard, I have one for you.
Go ahead.
Jeff the drunk.
Go ahead.
Versus Sal. I'm giving Jeff 10 IQ points.
I'm taking Jeff.
And I don't
Taking Jeff.
I'll bet you there's not a 10-point spread between Jeff and Sal.
I'm with Howard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeff, how'd you feel taking the test?
I felt good about it.
That doesn't mean anything, Howard.
Nobody walked out of there feeling stupid, by the way.
Really?
Except for me a little bit.
Right, because you don't know how you did on the test, and the people giving you the test don't give you any indication.
All right, I'll give you an easy bet. Somebody has superior intelligence at 122.
Who is it?
That's right. Go ahead.
Of all the
Who
people
is
who
the
took
winner?
the test, who's got the highest
Who's the
IQ?
smartest fucking guy?
I go with Jason. I think Jason, but I can't go with Scott because I'm mad at him, and I don't think Scott has a superior of intelligence. That would kill me.
You know, Jason walks around like he has a superior intelligence.
And he got the highest SAT scores.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Jason myself now.
What if it were me?
I used to be the pace. Now there you go. If it was you, I know it's not you.
See, here's the thing. I'm not crowing about the test.
Wait a minute. How come you know it's not Gary?
Based on Gary's academic performance. And Gary will start pointing to his communications degree. And I read his book, you know, the one that's coming out.
Yes.
Oh, you should see him crowing in there about what a genius he is. And how he could have gone to any college.
See,
and,
again, your comprehension is
and then your
horrible.
opinion of Adelphi is way too high.
I don't think I gave him an opinion of Adelphi.
Read your book.
I did read it. I wrote it.
Have you read your book?
Maybe
But
you misquoted.
Howard's comprehension is off. I never said that I could have gone to any school. I had an opportunity
No,
to go
Texas, I
to
know.
a different school, and I never made it there. But I never said I could go to any school.
Nah,
you couldn't find those
he
words
starts
in the book.
bragging about. Wait till you hear how he starts bragging about his academic career and how he was summa cum laude or
Oh,
magna
dear.
cum laude. Wait till at Adelphi and how he won some big award. Don't ask. It's all bullshit. He thinks he's way smarter than he is.
But the award I won was for communications. I say that in the book.
It's a moron award.
But it's not it's not an academic award, and I say that.
You're crowing about it. Your
It's like
opinion of yourself is very high.
It's like a special Olympic
His reading
gold medal.
comprehension
Listen,
is
Gary,
off.
when I lay down at night, I know I'm an idiot. I went to communication school.
Hey, Gary,
Yes.
is your book published yet?
No.
No.
Oh,
No.
well, you ought to put your IQ score on the back of it.
Depends what it is.
Yeah, you're so. All right. 15,
No, I would think it would say you should put your IQ as the title of the book.
Jeff and 15 points.
I say
maybe.
it should be the price.
If Gary gets a 62, that'll be the price? That's pretty good. I like that.
1999.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So getting back to it. Who's the smartest? Jason, everyone seems to think. All of a sudden, Jason's got everyone psyched out.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is that? It's me.
Oh, here
I'm
you
the
go
winner.
again.
Do you think you have 122?
I wouldn't be surprised, but
You wouldn't be surprised by anything.
All right. Who do you think's going to win? DePace or Gary?
You know, see,
No
again,
points.
I think they're all going to be pretty close.
John, DePace or Gary? Who wins tomorrow?
That's really a pick 'em.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's go. Who's going to win?
I'm saying Gary.
I'm with Robin.
You know what? I might. You know what? You know what's flipping me out? And this is going to sound weird. Gary's got this really incredible memory, which shows to me some intelligence there. In fact, he won like
You're so
Music
disparaging.
Jeopardy, and if you try to pull those answers out quick, it ain't easy.
It is not easy. And
He's
all
got
of
a
the stuff
quick-
he does with Stump the Buoy, everything.
He's got a quick mind.
I'd be willing to
Remembering
bet, Howard, that
What?
Gary will beat me on the memory part, but I probably crushed him on the spatial part.
But
Yeah, but we're not having that
What are
bad.
the percentages? What are
I'm trying to.
So,
say
okay,
that,
DePace,
yes.
put your money where your mouth
No,
is.
hold on.
Are you going to beat Gary, and how much money will you bet him? Go ahead. Put your money where your mouth is if you're so sure. Money speaks.
I'll go $100.
Ooh,
$100.
get nutty.
That's going to break the
Oh,
bank.
come on. Sorry, I don't make billions of
No,
dollars.
but bet him
you could
$1,000
make
bucks.
billions of dollars. You're so smart.
If you're so convinced you're smarter than Gary, why not make a
Right.
quick 1,000?
Exactly. If you're so smart, you should mortgage your house.
You should now be
No.
betting the farm.
Right.
No.
You see?
That test was too long ago, and I was very stressed when I took it. I can't
Not too long ago. It was a month ago.
Conditions.
He got smarter in a month.
Yeah, he went and studied.
There are a couple of the questions that I missed.
You know what? A nerve to pace. I'm walking in the hall with him yesterday, and he says to me, boy, some of the questions you would never know. So he asked me one of the questions. I won't say what it is because we might do this
Right.
again. So he says, you wouldn't know the answer to that. So I give him the answer in 3 seconds. And he goes, Oh.
Was it a general knowledge
Stupid.
question?
I won't give it away either, Howard, but it was an author of a book. I mean, how is that? It's ridiculous.
I love how he discounts what he doesn't know. He's almost like Sal.
But that's a conservative. That is a conservative.
I got that question wrong, and I was kicking myself because I knew the first name, and I knew it, and I knew the answer, but I couldn't get it
So when
out.
I peeled it off real quick, DePace got a little unnerved, I think.
Right.
Yeah, well, then why don't you take it? I'll beat you.
Well, hey, listen, I don't want to know. I think I'd be crushed if I find out.
I would take, okay.
And I'll tell you what.
I got $2,500. $5,000 says Howard could beat DePace.
I love what
don't know.
Ralph
I'm in
said
for that.
yesterday. Ralph said, if I get a really high score, it'll be impossible to live with me.
You want to know something? If I had a really low score, that'd be the end of the radio show. I couldn't
That's
show
right.
up. I wouldn't be able to show up, so you guys would be out of work.
You would lose all authority.
Hey, in all fairness, I
That's
might.
right.
I might not
I'd
be. back.
I'd be arguing with Gary, and he'd go, "Listen, you fucking idiot."
I got to tell you, I might not be back. I might not come back from vacation. I may not come back.
Oh, stop it.
No, really. I mean, if I'm a moron.
Well, you know what?
If you got a 61, don't show up
No,
because
you know
I'm
what?
firing
I
you.
was going to say you're a very high achiever for your low level.
Right. Hey, look at it that way.
I'm a functioning retard.
Everyone agrees it's
You
got to
are
be
the king.
Everyone agrees it's Wendy the retard. It's got a 61.
Gotta be.
And I'm going to tell you something.
Well, what would be the other
That's
choice?
way- that is way higher than what I thought she would have had.
What, I mean, when you're talking about the 61, I agree with you. But who would be the second choice if it's not Wendy?
It's Wendy.
But if it
Because
weren't Wendy, who
high
could it
pitch,
be?
High pitch would be the second choice, and high pitch went to high school. And even though he was in the slow track, he
functions.
He can do math. He can.
He lives
Wendy,
alone, but even though in a box.
But how about Wendy scoring a 61?
You think that's
I didn't think she was any lower than that.
I did. You're forgetting. First of all, 20 to 35 is severe mental retardation.
Yeah, she's not
35 to 50 is moderate mental retardation. I would have put her in that category.
No.
I would have.
I think that Gary the retard is in that category, and I think
Well.
Wendy's a little bit more functional than he is.
If you believe you know so much, I'll give you 35 points.
And her 60 against Sal?
It's a tough bet. You think Sal is higher than 96?
96?
And I told you again.
That's
96,
sort of average.
Average or normal intelligence. And believe me, he might be dull. He might be 80 to 89.
No.
Do you think Jeff the drunk is going to beat Sal?
I do.
No, I just don't think so. I think you give Jeff a lot more credit than he deserves.
All right. What if I gave Jeff the drunk 10 points against Sal?
Then I
give you-
might take it.
You might take Jeff the drunk.
Yeah.
Wow. So you're telling me Sal didn't score 10 points higher than Jeff the drunk. That's what you're saying.
I don't think Jeff is retarded.
I didn't say that. You're saying that the point
I
spread
think
between.
he's like low average, and I think Sal is in the average somewhere.
This is going to be the battle of the dimwits.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's your line,
Go
right?
ahead.
For me, Jason, Scott, and Ralph, 4 guys that work for you.
Go ahead.
What's your line in your head where if one of us is below it, you're going,
I should
I'll tell
fire
you
that
what.
yeah,
guy.
like,
I'll tell you what.
like, wow.
Anybody
really?
who is below 110, which is superior
what I thought
intelligence,
you would say.
to me is a moron.
What?
That's
Anybody
right.
below superior intelligence is a moron?
That's right. I mean, it's somebody I can't even take seriously.
So like a 1-0.
Like if you score lower than a 110.
Don't ever give your opinion again.
Like I actually have a pretty good idea what my IQ is. I saw it when I was a kid.
And what do you think that number is?
I know I'm in the superior intelligence.
But what was the number that you remember? 120 something?
It was somewhere between 110 and 119. I don't think it was
Okay.
119.
Now, why do you think you remember that?
Because it had a profound effect on me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I took it as a very, very bad sign.
What?
Because I should have been a genius level.
Based on what?
Based on me feeling that I am special.
Yeah, with his superpower desire, you don't understand.
I just have superior intelligence.
But there's somebody greater than you.
Evidently. I haven't met him yet. I'm going to meet him tomorrow. But I don't know. I don't even know how accurate
That's
my
your
number
arch
is.
enemy.
But they gave us that test in Roosevelt. I think they crowned me king of Roosevelt when I got that.
If you took the Roosevelt test, you know
Right.
what they always say about Roosevelt tests?
Right.
In the real world,
Well, no, this was a standard IQ test. In other words,
it wasn't a Roosevelt
no,
skewed
it wasn't
test.
a Roosevelt balanced
Yeah,
IQ test. For Roosevelt, I was a genius. But look, it's going to be a big show tomorrow. You're going to find out the results.
That's exciting.
But the betting will commence tomorrow.
And all these point spreads throw a real monkey wrench
Hey, Johnny,
into the situation.
tonight, why don't you make some legitimate point spreads so we can bet? I love the bet with Wendy the Retard plus 35 IQ points against Jeff the Drunk or against High Pitch. You got to come up with some point spreads that are meaningful.
Yeah, I'll work on a few more lines.
Make definite bets. In other
You know
words,
what I'm sitting here thinking?
like what I just did on the air.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, everybody seems to like Jeff and the points against Sal. I think that's...
That's a great bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking that Jason is the top scorer.
He's got everyone convinced. I think the SAT thing, believe it or not, put it over the top.
It's not only that. I've been the reason I give Scott DePace such...
Oh, come on.
But let me talk.
Go ahead.
Is because he doesn't... Remember when you were talking to him about, various things, the dog and hitting him with the paper and the
Right.
whole thing? He doesn't have the ability
to understand.
to accept new material and assimilate it.
Shit.
So let me ask you something, all right?
And you guys don't accept my opinion at all.
Based on what you've said, and I think that's a very intelligent comment, is Scott DePace going to surprise us all and be dull?
Yeah, maybe you guys are all the dumb.
Average
I'm
or
the smart one.
Is there any shot at him
Right,
being
you're
dull?
Planet of the Apes.
Which is 80 to 89.
No.
Okay, you think he did better than that? Would you think? Hey, Will is the only guy who's actually seen the results because he's been working with the woman.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to know right now from Will how many people are dull? How many people are?
Oh, God. That's what I was saying. We could get a lot more information.
Well, let me ask you something. Let me ask you a couple of general questions.
Maybe it would be bad.
Well, I don't want to influence the
This
betting.
is the greatest conversation, by the way.
All right,
now
listen.
knowing.
All right. Will.
Yes.
Will we were people in the dull category?
Were people in all the categories?
You mean people on the staff?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
In general.
we know somebody was in the category feeble-mindedness,
Right.
And we're assuming
What was dull?
Dull is 80 to 89.
I don't think so.
All right,
So we skipped dull.
So we skip dull.
Yeah.
All right. There might be lower than dull, and it might be higher than dull.
Right.
All right.
Ooh. Maybe we shouldn't ask too many questions.
All right. You don't want to know how many people were average or how many people were... All right, maybe you're right.
Yeah,
We'll
because
wait.
then we don't have such a huge pool of people.
Is there anything you want to tell? Were you shocked by anybody's IQ?
No, don't say that even.
No, don't even say that.
Oh, come on. He could say that.
Were you shocked by how... This is the
Have you
general
changed
question.
your opinion of people because of the test?
I feel like I never want to take this test now because all people can do is think poorly about you. There's a couple people that are going to be very happy, and then most people are probably going to be like, oh.
Oh.
So
That's not fair either. I shouldn't even say that.
Right. So is there anyone there who shocked the hell out of you, whether good or bad?
There's a few that are pretty surprising. Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Positive or negative?
There's surprises in
Yeah,
here.
Gary.
Will, I got a question for you. Has anybody contacted you off the air trying to get information out
Well,
of you?
yes, Gary. It's funny you bring that up.
Who would that be?
Who would it be?
DePace called me last night.
I knew it.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Wow.
Come on, dude.
Boy,
I
oh,
was
boy.
calling you about golfing, idiot.
Yeah.
I just happened to say, do you have the results?
Yeah.
I knew you wouldn't give them. No, that's your job, you jerk off. That's how stupid you are. Why don't
Yeah,
you
he's
take
too
the test?
stupid to see through you.
Exactly.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Will I have to fire anyone or switch jobs around based on this information?
That would be funny.
I can throw a few people out. Okay, look, you're too stupid. This is so great.
Yeah. I got to get out of here before I get in trouble. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah, I don't think we need to know anymore. The pool is too small. We don't want to have too much
All
information.
right. Tomorrow the betting will commence.
Say 61 to 120.
122. What? Let me just double check that. I ripped it up.
Yeah, 122?
He's a 121 or 122. Let me double check. It's 61 to 122.
Nice.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, Jeff. Thanks. We'll talk to you tomorrow. I think we're going to see you down here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Jeff coming in for the... I hope Jeff beat a few people. That'd be so great.
On the staff?
Yeah. That's what I'm going for. I want a big upset. I want high
Like
pitch.
Jeff is ahead of Richard and Sal.
Richard and Sal are beaten by high pitch Eric and Jeff the Drunk. That's a headline.
That's great.
You know. Like, wow. But looking at just the simple result we got, we realized that somebody on our staff is twice the IQ of the other person. So if, let's say, Jason's the smartest, that means he's 2 times smarter than Wendy.
Which doesn't mean much.
Well, it means something to me.
It doesn't mean much mathematically, but obviously it means a lot.
It might help you with the point spread when you make your bets.
Well, here's what I'm wondering. Again, I think the best matchup is Sal and Richard.
That's going to be too close to call, I think. I don't think there's a point spread on that.
You don't even have a point spread for
I think it's even odds. Hey, Ralph.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, I don't know if Sam is joking with his rundown or not, or he's crazy. But if Richard beats me, I will kill myself.
You will actually hang yourself.
I will actually. You should have counselors there. If Richard beats me, really. That'll just be awful.
What time are you coming in tomorrow morning? What time are we doing this tomorrow?
Like 7.
Oh, good.
I have it scheduled for 7. But
Perfect. That's
Al's going to do his best to get here.
Oh.
No, I'm going to help you there.
Hey, that's great.
Oh my God, that would be awful.
Could you imagine if Richard beat you? Like seriously, how will that affect your life? Like, are you just going to feel like a total loser?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, because, and there's no excuse because me and Richard took the test with the same woman.
Richard
we
and
both had the same doctor. If it was somebody else, I could reason it away and go, well, they just, added up wrong or different.
Right.
No, there's no way. There's just, I took the test.
Did you hear what I announced? The lowest score is 61. And the highest is 122. Somebody scored a 122, which is superior intelligence.
What if you're the 61?
Well, I think it's Wendy.
I'm clearly not the 61. I'm either it's either me or Jason who's the 122.
Really?
Yeah, really. You're really thinking that? You think you'll beat Gary?
I think Gary and I were close, but I got to think that I beat Gary because he's so dumb. He gave away half the test on the wrap-up show one day. I got like 3 or 4 answers because of Gary.
No, he didn't. In fact, we never did.
I absolutely did, and I studied. I studied specific things because you were talking about the numbers. You were talking about.
You can't study to memorize numbers.
Well, yeah, I got an exact question you gave me. You gave me an exact question, Gary. That's how dumb you are. And you're so dumb that you would let a camera film you sleeping.
So you know what? You'll be so dumb you can hand over $300 tomorrow.
I don't know.
And bring the money, by the way. Don't be a douche.
I got the money.
No, because you know how you get about money. Bring the money.
Hey, everybody bring in money tomorrow.
Yes, I have to remember that.
Yeah.
Come on.
What?
Come on. I don't know. Me and Gary could be close.
Seriously? I don't... But can I just say something about Richard? Again, I'm not saying that Richard's a genius, but I think you guys are confusing the fact that he's ignorant about cleaning and about social skills. But I think Richard's smarter than you guys think.
No, he's not that smart, though.
No,
I don't know.
What makes you say that? Because I think Richard is smart.
No, I didn't say he's not smart. I just say he's not that smart. I mean, I've spoken with him.
Yeah, he's not
retarded. I've done that.
There's not a lot going on there.
Plus, Howard, some of this stuff you have to do quickly. You're timed on it.
Right.
Have you ever seen Richard do anything quick?
No, I've seen him drum quickly.
No, he's like,
yeah, what shape is that?
Time's
up.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
The word favorite shouldn't take 10 minutes.
Did they give you any other numbers?
I mean, we have the result, but it's locked up with Will. I mean, I'm waiting for tomorrow because I want to do some bets. Like, we've got a great bet going. All right, if I gave you Wendy the retard plus 35 points, 35 IQ points, because this is like a point spread thing.
Right, that's
You've got Wendy plus 35 against Sal. Who would you take?
Oh, I would take Sal. I don't think Sal's going to do as bad as everybody thinks. I think Sal plays it up on the air, his dumbness a little bit because it's funny, but I think...
If Wendy's a 61 and you give her 35 points, are you saying that Sal is going to score higher than 90... What is that? 90...
Who were the retards who took it? Wendy?
96?
96 or 7?
Eric and Gary?
Yeah, Wendy the retard, high pitch Eric.
Jeff the drunk.
Jeff the drunk, not Gary. That's going to be interesting. I'll see you tomorrow.
High pitch Eric could be like the 61 easily.
No, Wendy's stupider than Eric.
Yeah,
I mean, Eric got through high school.
Whatever. It's going to be really great tomorrow. There's going to be really no limit.
There's a category in the IQ test that's dull. Like, you're just a dull person. I think high pitch Eric's going to be dull.
Dull?
Yeah, dull.
I think he's borderline deficient.
Who would be dull?
Let's see here. Wait. Hey,
it can't be.
Wait, I got to ask Will this one question. This is a teaser for tomorrow. Will, there's a category. If you have an 80 to an 89, it's called dullness. Did anybody get in the dull category?
What was dull again?
80 to 89.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
That could be Gary. Gary can be dull.
Oh, you.
No, that's dull. He's dull and boring.
Right. He's bored.
Really, fuck you.
What do you mean?
Even if I'm dumb, I have the ability to hold a job.
Well, good for you.
I mean, you might be the smartest person in the world because you figured out how not to work and live.
Right. I'm still in my underwear.
Under 70 is feeble-minded.
Feeble-minded.
Did we have any feeble-minded people?
Yeah, you do.
Well, we do. We
Yeah.
only have one.
Yeah, well, she's...
We think it's Wendy.
It's got to be Wendy.
It's got to be Eric that's dull, right?
Oh, wait. I might be wrong.
On 80 to 89?
Yeah, there's somebody who's in that vicinity.
So they're dull.
No, or lower. Maybe.
I have a question.
I don't know.
Could be somebody who's feeble? Is
The
what
next
you're saying?
lowest is borderline deficiency in intelligence.
Howard,
Which is what?
70, 79.
70 to 79.
Can Will
Hold a sec.
say what the second highest and the second lowest are? Can you say the second
No,
No,
come
no,
on,
no. There's
stop
too
it.
much info.
Oh, come on.
We
But
don't
he's
have
checking.
that big a pool.
Will, is anyone 70 to 79?
No.
All right. Is anyone 80 to 89?
Yes.
So that means someone's dull.
Yes.
All right.
That's high pitch.
It's got to be high pitch.
Got
What could be? It could be.
I'm telling you, it could
Jeff
be
the
Jeff
drunk.
the drunk.
I don't think so. I think Jeff's going to test higher.
You know, he's on the fringe of high dullness, low average.
I think that high pitch would beat Jeff.
We're going to find out, aren't we?
You are very dull.
People tell me Gary's freaking out really bad. He's
Everyone
really...
is. It's like crazy back there now.
Yeah.
The place is going
I'm
nuts.
freaking out.
Someone said you're getting really insecure.
I've been insecure since I took it. I said that to you
All
right
right.
at the beginning.
He said it before he took it.
Sal looks like he's gonna cry.
Sal?
Yeah, he's really kind of
He's
upset
nervous
about it. I
about
think.
this?
How about if Sal's the dull one? Like dull. 80 to 89.
No,
Imagine being labeled with dull.
That's awful.
You never outlive it here.
I'd rather be dull.
I hope it's high pitch, Eric, because if you tell him he's dull, he just stand there anyway.
No, he doesn't care.
Thank you.
He'll think that's great. He'll have a big smile on his
I mean-
face.
The lowest IQ you can have is below 20, and that's called profound.
We don't have anybody like that.
Profound mental retardation.
Well, how did Wendy not get that?
Well, she's got abilities. She knows some stuff. If you get two right, I think you're.
Don't you think that would be Beetlejuice? He would be in that category.
Even Beetle scores higher than a 20.
I bet you Beetle could beat. I know who he could beat. Remember the? Well, I don't even want to say. But Gary the retard, I think that would have been an interesting contest between him and Wendy.
Yeah.
But I think Wendy would have beaten Gary.
Yeah, because even in little tests we've done here where you have to make simple math calculations,
Right.
you can't do that.
Right, like when there's a contest and you have to give a number between 1 and 10. Gary goes 10.
Right. Or you show him a girl with a cock.
Yeah.
And he has no clue what's
And
going on.
he still can't
Still
figure
wants
out
to go
that
out with
it's
her.
not a girl.
Yeah.
I'm with him. That's confusing.
There were two scores that surprised me. One was higher than I thought. One was lower than I thought.
Wow. You mean there was a person who seems very, reasonably intelligent,
Yeah.
and they were really low.
They were definitely lower than I thought they would be.
Wow.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good one. And there's somebody who shocked you because you didn't think they were that bright.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would
See,
be
that could
me.
be. That could be.
That would be Ralph.
That could be a Sal.
That is Richard and Sal.
But that's like one person.
I'm the Einstein of Kansas.
So somebody shocked you. They were way brighter than you thought.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
I can't wait to see if the pace is dull.
The bass can't have done that well because he just doesn't think well, you know? Like
Shut up, Ralph. I'll beat Ralph by at least 10 points.
He doesn't
Wait
have
a
an
second.
open
Hold it.
mind.
First, here's the first bet.
Here's a bet.
Why don't you bet Ralph some money that you beat him by 10 points?
Yeah, I will. Ralph,
much?
where do you want to go?
We'll do bets tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we'll forget this by tomorrow.
How about, I don't know, again, $100?
Ralph, are you willing to go $100?
Okay.
And what the pace is saying is he's going to spot you 10 points, 10 IQ points.
Scott's going to give me 10, which is a good chunk of points for that
That's
contest.
right. He's saying he's spotting you 10 points.
Absolutely.
All
I would
right,
take that.
boys. Scott, you're on?
See? Yep, I'm in.
All right,
I think
$100.
because you know why? I think Scott and I are going to be close, and I think I'll edge him out with that 10 points. Thank you, dummy. That was really stupid of you, Scott, by the way.
So you admit I'm smarter than you.
He spotted you 10 points. That's how confident he is.
Yeah, well, that's how dumb he is.
All right. Well, we're going to see. That's $100 right there. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
This is going to be great.
Yeah. Bye.
I'm going to kill myself.
Every time I look at Will, the fucking smile on his face, I want to punch him.
Will, you're the only one who knows the result.
That's a smart reaction.
It's like giddy power.
It was a joke, dummy.
Listen
And you
to
better get my
everybody.
joke, or I'm going to come in here and punch you.
Who's crumbling now?
Scott, will you be wrecked if Gary beats you?
No, because you know what? I was thinking about that. If Gary wins, maybe it'll make him feel a little better. We can stop this fucking whininess.
How about
me being smarter than you isn't going to make me forgive you, douchebag. And besides, you'll just discount the test. If I beat you, you'll say, listen, these tests are stupid, they're meaningless, and I know in my heart I'm smarter than everyone else. Well, I don't think it's meaningless, but I do think that the general knowledge stuff is kind of weird that that's on there. but if you win it, you'll crow like crazy. But if you lose it, you'll discount the whole test.
Will everybody agree?
Not the whole test.
Will everybody stick by the results, or will everybody say that now? Or you're all going to kind of, because I'm sticking by it. Whatever they say, I'm with it.
Well, there's nothing to say. That's the result.
And Scott will handle things the way he handles
Let Scott
things.
handle it his
If
way.
he wins, he's for it. If he loses, he's going to discount everything.
That's what Gary's saying.
That seems like the safe way to play it, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Gotta live with these
I'd be
results.
doing all kinds of fucking dances if
Backpedaling.
You tell me I'm dull, I'm gonna fight that one. I'll demand a retest.
I can't believe that.
Oh yeah.
It's just so fun to hear these arguments and actually know.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't
I bet.
imagine.
Yeah, you're having a
man.
good time.
I'm going nuts. I can't wait.
You should save some of the quotes, Will.
I'm thinking of sleeping here, and I'll be the first one here in the morning. All right. Thank you, Ralph.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Big show tomorrow. Big show.
Wow.
All right, Gary, so tomorrow we're going to find out the score of the IQs, and Will said that two people surprised him. One scored higher than he thought, one scored lower. Does that get you nervous at all?
Of course it does. I think there's only three people who could fall into surprised at how low they scored. It would be me, Scott, or Jason. So in my mind, there's a 33% chance it's me.
So those three could possibly score lower.
Yeah,
What
in other
about
words,
the other?
how much lower would Sal have had to score for you to be surprised?
Yeah, okay.
Or Richard. Everyone's expecting Richard or Sal to not score that well. So to me, Richard or JD I was surprised at how well he did, although Jeff could fit that bill, but I don't think any of those people fit I was surprised at how low they did.
Is it going to be ugly tomorrow, you think? How do you think the reactions are going to be?
It's going to be, I mean, Ralph's already being a dick, and Scott's going to already fucking being Scott, and, you know, listen, Jason and I are sort of laying low. I haven't said, hey, fuck you, I'm smarter than you. I got a couple of bets out. I'm just going to play it as it goes.
Now, is there a line? You said there is kind of a line that you draw where if you low, you don't come back?
I would like to be over 110. I'd like to be 110 or over.
Really? Okay.
I would like to be.
All right, we'll find out.
If I'm 108, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll be like moderately happy. But it depends on, you know, who the 122 is.
So you'd be bummed out with the low 100 score?
Oh, yeah. Bummed out with a low 100 score.
All right, Gary, we'll find out tomorrow.
All right, thanks.
Richard, so we're going to find out your results tomorrow. And Will said that two people surprised him. One is higher than he thought and one's lower. Does that get you a little nervous at all? How do you think you did? You gonna talk today?
I'm trying to think of something clever to say because I'm pretty dumb. No, the only thing I care about is I hope Sal does good. That's all I care about. I want Sal to prove everybody wrong because he's my partner, he's my friend, he's my everything.
That's nice. You're putting him before yourself.
Of course, I always do.
Well, didn't we have a plan, Rich, that we should combine? We actually had a plan that we should really combine our scores together. Because Howard always says I look at them as one. So, technically, we probably would be the smartest out of everybody.
You getting a little nervous?
No, I mean, I don't really think about it too much, except, you know, when they keep debating and talk about it on the air, then, yeah, I'm ready to get it over with. I want to, you know, see if I'm a dummy or, you know, if I'm a genius or whatever. You know, but otherwise, I mean, what else am I going to do? You know, just sit and think if I'm smart or not?
Now, Will said that he was surprised by two people. One did better than he thought, and one did worse than he thought. Does that make you nervous at all, hearing something like that?
Oh yeah, of course. So I immediately think I'm the person that did worse. So, you know.
Who are you hoping to be smarter then?
I would love to be smarter than Jason.
Really? Why?
Just be fun.
Bragging rights in the office?
No, bragging rights, just be funny. I don't know. I would love to be smarter than everyone. I mean, who wouldn't want to be the smartest person? But, as long as I'm smarter than Jeff the Drunk and Winnie the Retard.
High pitch.
Then I should. I'll be okay. I think I'm in the normal range of smartness, of IQ. But, I don't know.
All right,
we'll find out tomorrow.
We'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, yes, we will.
Getting a little nervous?
About what?
Finding out the scores?
You know what IQ stands for?
What?
I quit. No,
I quit give a fuck.
I quit give a fuck. It stands for I quit give a fuck. No. The IQ test, regardless of the results, and granted, I would like them to be high. I don't think that's going to be the case, but the results of the IQ test have no bearing on what I've accomplished, who I am, how I treat people, how people see me, my successes, my contributions to this show, and to other things in society, like helping people out for fundraisers and charities and whatnot, having great friends. So, really doesn't matter. It's just a number. You don't go through life putting blocks together and trying to figure out how to construct a circle with 3 different pieces of a puzzle. That's not what gets you ahead in life. What gets you ahead in life is street smarts, common sense, persistence, and passion. And I think I possess all of that. Does that sound pretty smart to you?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I rehearsed that all night.
Yeah.
No.
Seems like you've fooled yourself with that one.
Oh, thanks, buddy. So, it would be nice if the score was good, but overall, I feel good about who I am. And I'm very proud of the people I surround myself with, and I'm proud of my accomplishments. On the flip side, I hope Scott DePace buries Gary, because I think that would be hilarious.
Do you think he's the smartest one?
DePace?
Out of that group?
I don't know. I mean, look at a guy like Jason. Jason doesn't have much to hold on to, He blogs the show, anybody could do that. Just listens and types, and he takes photographs. So the only thing that Jason really has going for him is the ability to not only retain fat, but retain what I consider to be useless information. And now he could show off about it. Do you know what,
Yeah.
It's like a retard who might hit the ball. He's all happy. No one else could give a shit. They're just patting him on the back. Like, hit the ball, home run. He's clueless. He's running around in circles. It's good for the retard. If Jason wins, it's good for him. But the fact of the matter is, really doesn't get him anywhere, except it makes him feel superior. And that, to me, is just a sign of arrogance. Because if I happen to do real well, I truthfully would just be humbled. I don't think I'm going to do that well, but again, you have Jason, who might do great. You have me, who might do lousy. If you compare our lives, I would really seriously say that I have lived a much better life than Jason. I've had a lot more fun. I think I have people who respect me and who adore me and don't look at me as a rat and a backstabber. And I'm not saying he is, but that's how he's looked upon at the show. So, if that number makes somebody like Jason feel good, so be it. But at the same time, I know if that number isn't good, that fat blob of shit is going to feel crushed. It's just going to ruin him. There's not enough confidence pills in the world that could go down his monstrous hippopotamus gullet that would make him feel good. And you know what? That's what makes me feel good. Really good.
Jason, so
yes, sir.
We're going to find out the results tomorrow of this IQ test.
Yes.
Getting a little nervous?
Well, I've been trying so hard not to think about it, not be paranoid about it. And then Will goes in the studio and goes, "Oh, somebody did a lot worse than I thought." So that just wrecked me. I mean, that's it. It's over. It's like he threw a bowling ball at pins. I'm just like, great, I'm that guy. I'm fucked up. Also, people are putting a lot of pressure on me to beat the pace. There's a lot of people out there in our audience that they don't care what I score as long as I do better than the pace. And the thing is, I've taken the test already. Like, now this is just pressure. I can't do anything about it. Like, test is done, man. And but I hope to do good.
Now, Will also said though that someone surprised them that they scored higher.
I know, but everyone.
So why do you automatically think that you did the worst?
Because I don't think Will would think I scored low, number one. And number two, everyone in the studio today is already anointing me, number one or number two in there. So I have nowhere to go but down. And so I think if I got let's just say I got the 122. I don't think that would have surprised Will enough for him to say, "Oh, Jason did better than I thought he would." So, no, I don't think it's that. I think Jeff did well. I don't even know if he'd be a surprise. I think High Pitch might be a surprise, or maybe Richard's a surprise, or Sal's a surprise going up. Going down, I think it's either me, Gary, the pace, maybe JD. So I don't know, man. I just wish it was tomorrow already. This is fucking driving me nuts. And Will sits 2 seats down from me and has all the information. And it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. And there's nothing I can do. Like, the test is done. Like, there's nothing. I can't go home and study. I can't go home and change anything. Like, it's just over.
Why are you talking to this dummy?
Oh, no, see? You're tracking me.
I think I did reasonably okay. We'll see tomorrow, okay?
But that thing that Will said, someone surprised them that they did higher and someone surprised them that they scored lower. Does that make you nervous at all?
No. Look, there's no way. At minimum, I got average. There's no way. If it's not that, then something was fucked up. The guy messed his scoring up or something. I know that. So there's no way that applies to me. The above average one, I think what he's talking about is someone who like maybe Richard, someone who people thought isn't that intelligent, and then I think Richard's going to do well. So I think that applies to him. So I don't think either of those apply to me.
All right, man. Find out tomorrow.
We will.
Is he really fishing for answers, for scores
I'm just
here?
kind of poking him, man. It's just fun because I can tell he's completely on edge about this whole thing. So it's funny just to fuck with him.
Is anyone else?
No, actually, Scotty's the
you?
only one that's really been. Sal's a little concerned, but
yeah.
But it's just funny. Everyone knows you don't want to say anything too much because fucking Howard will go nuts. But I'm not giving any kind of real information. I'm just calling him an idiot, like I do every day. He may or may not be an idiot. You'll have to wait till tomorrow to find out.